Ever wonder what happens to your blood after it's drawn? It's National Laboratory Week, so we're going to give you a behind-the-scenes look at what goes on in the laboratory here at Holyoke Medical Center. Blood has just come down the tube from the ED to the chemistry processing area. Here, blood will be analyzed by techs who have at least an associate's degree in science or a bachelor's degree in science. The next step is to deliver the blood to the appropriate departments so that they can be processed. Chemistry tubes, for the most part, are spun in a centrifuge so that testing can be done on either the serum or plasma. In chemistry, we test for things like glucose, heart markers like troponin or CKMB. Techs remove the sample from the centrifuge and check it for specimen quality. We look for things like hemolysis or lipemia that would interfere with lab results. The specimens are then put in a rack and put on analyzers. Chemistry has many different analyzers. They work using spectrophotometry, which uses light reactions to determine the level of analyte that is in the patient's serum. Jane here happens to have a critically high glucose because she is diabetic. The techs will then see this result and notify the appropriate staff.
This instrument will count Jane's white cells and do an analysis on her red cells. And what we've discovered is that Jane has a very high white count, and we've also learned that Jane's hemoglobin is low. So we've determined from hematology that Jane has a low hemoglobin. So here in the blood bank, we're going to test her blood to see what her blood type is, and we're going to perform an antibody screen in order to make sure that we transfuse the appropriate red cell unit. The ER physician has ordered a set of blood cultures. They have arrived in microbiology, and they will be placed into this incubator for up to 5 days. That alarm indicates that something is growing in Jane's blood culture bottle. So we're going to plant that bottle media onto these plates. The next day, we look at the media to see what's growing. In this case, Jane has a septic infection, most likely from E. coli, which has a very distinctive green, or what we call a disco sheen. We'll process this specimen, and tomorrow we'll find out the exact ID of the organism, and more importantly, the pharmacy and the physician will work together to find out the best antibiotic to treat the patient's infection.